Let's start by acknowledging that our health is our most valuable asset. Without it, everything else in life becomes a struggle. Whether it's enjoying time with family, pursuing our passions, or simply feeling good day to day, our health is the foundation that supports it all. And one of the most significant factors influencing our health is our diet. Did you know that unhealthy eating habits are linked to a staggering number of preventable deaths worldwide? It's a sobering statistic, but it's true. Poor diet is a major contributor to chronic diseases such as heart disease, diabetes, and certain types of cancer. These conditions not only reduce our quality of life, but also shorten our lifespan. It's true, and it's a serious issue. The good news is that we have the power to make positive changes. By being mindful of what we eat, we can significantly reduce our risk of developing these diseases. It's all about making informed choices and understanding the impact of our diet on our health. We all know that diet plays a huge role in how we look and feel, but it goes way beyond that. Our food choices affect our energy levels, mood, and even our mental clarity. When we fuel our bodies with nutritious foods, we feel more vibrant and alive. On the other hand, a diet high in processed foods and sugar can leave us feeling sluggish and unmotivated. The food we choose to fuel our bodies can either protect us from disease or make us more susceptible to it. It's a powerful concept when you think about it. Every meal is an opportunity to nourish our bodies and support our health, but with so many options available, it can be challenging to know what's truly healthy and what's not. It's all about making smart choices that support your long-term health. This means being aware of the ingredients in the foods we eat, understanding nutritional labels, and opting for whole, unprocessed foods whenever possible. It's also about balance and moderation. Enjoying a treat now and then is perfectly fine, but it's important to make sure that the majority of our diet is made up of nutrient-dense foods. In this video, we're diving deep into the foods you should avoid if you want to live a longer, healthier life. We'll explore the common culprits that are often hidden in our diets, as well as some surprising foods that may seem healthy but are actually detrimental to our health. By the end of this video, you'll have a better understanding of what to look out for and how to make healthier choices. We're talking about the usual suspects, the ones you've probably heard whispers about, and maybe even a few that might surprise you. Foods like sugary snacks, processed meats, and fast food are well known for their negative health impacts. But did you know that some granola bars and deli meats can be just as harmful? It's all about being informed and making conscious choices. If you're ready to take control of your health and learn how to make sustainable, healthy choices, hit that subscribe button and let's get started. By subscribing, you'll join a community of like-minded individuals who are all on a journey to better health. Together we can support each other, share tips and recipes, and stay motivated to make positive changes. Trust me, your future self will thank you. Imagine looking back a year from now and seeing how far you've come. The small changes you make today can lead to significant improvements in your health and well-being. So let's embark on this journey together and make our health a priority. Your future self will be grateful for the choices you make today. Let's kick things off with a big one: processed meats. These are the meats that have been transformed through salting, curing, fermentation, smoking, or other processes to enhance flavor or improve preservation. They're a staple in many diets around the world, often found in breakfast plates, sandwiches, and party platters. We're talking bacon, sausage, hot dogs, deli meats, the works. These foods are beloved for their taste and convenience. They are quick to prepare and can be found in almost every grocery store, making them a go-to option for busy families and individuals. I know they're delicious and convenient, but here's the deal. They're loaded with salt, unhealthy fats, and preservatives that can wreak havoc on your body. The high sodium content can lead to hypertension, which is a major risk factor for heart disease and stroke. The unhealthy fats, particularly saturated fats, can raise your LDL cholesterol levels, further increasing your risk of cardiovascular problems. The problem is that these processing methods, while they might enhance flavor and shelf life, also create harmful compounds like nitrates and nitrites. These chemicals are used to preserve the color and prevent bacterial growth, but when consumed, they can form nitrosamines in the body, which are potent carcinogens. Now, when these guys enter your body, they can actually damage your cells and increase your risk of certain cancers, especially colon cancer. Studies have shown a significant correlation between the consumption of processed meats and the incidence of colorectal cancer. The World Health Organization has even classified processed meats as a Group 1 carcinogen, which means there is sufficient evidence to conclude that they cause cancer in humans. And it doesn't stop there. Processed meats are also strongly linked to an increased risk of heart disease. The high levels of saturated fats and cholesterol can lead to the buildup of plaque in the arteries, a condition known as atherosclerosis. This can restrict blood flow and lead to serious cardiovascular events such as heart attacks and strokes. The high saturated fat and cholesterol content can clog your arteries, leading to heart attacks, strokes, and other serious cardiovascular problems. It's not just about the immediate effects. The long-term consumption of these foods can have a cumulative impact on your health, making it crucial to be mindful of your dietary choices. So while that bacon cheeseburger might seem tempting, remember the long-term consequences. It's easy to get caught up in the moment and indulge in these tasty treats, but it's important to consider the bigger picture. Your health is your most valuable asset, and making small changes in your diet can have a profound impact on your overall well-being. Opt for healthier protein sources like fish, chicken, beans, or lentils instead. These alternatives are not only lower in harmful fats and preservatives, but also rich in essential nutrients that support your body's functions. Fish, for example, is high in omega-3 fatty acids, which are beneficial for heart health. Beans and lentils are excellent sources of plant-based protein and fiber, which can help regulate blood sugar levels and promote digestive health. Your heart will thank you. By making conscious choices and opting for healthier alternatives, you can reduce your risk of chronic diseases and improve your quality of life. It's never too late to start making positive changes, and your body will respond to the care and attention you give it. So next time you're at the grocery store or planning a meal, think about the long-term benefits of choosing healthier options. Your future self will be grateful. All right, let's move on to another major culprit when it comes to jeopardizing your health: sugary drinks. We're talking soda, fruit juices, sports drinks, sweetened teas, and even those fancy coffee concoctions loaded with syrups and whipped cream. These beverages are basically sugar bombs disguised as refreshing treats. They provide minimal nutritional value and are loaded with empty calories, meaning they contribute to weight gain and a whole host of health problems without providing any real benefits. One of the biggest issues with sugary drinks is their link to obesity, especially in children and adolescents. These drinks are incredibly addictive, and the excess sugar they contain is quickly absorbed into your bloodstream, leading to spikes in blood sugar and insulin levels. Over time, this constant bombardment of sugar can lead to insulin resistance, a condition where your body becomes less responsive to the effects of insulin, increasing your risk of developing type 2 diabetes. All right, guys, let's talk about trans fats, something most people don't even realize they're eating. You see those ingredient labels with partially hydrogenated oil? That's trans fat. Food companies love it because it makes food last longer on shelves and gives it that desirable, crispy, crunchy texture. Sounds good, right? Wrong. Here's the deal. Trans fats are like the evil twin of fats. They're created through a process called hydrogenation, which turns liquid oils into solid fats. Think about margarine. That's a classic example of trans fat. While a little bit of naturally occurring trans fat can be found in some animal products, it's the artificial stuff that's really dangerous. And let's be real, salt gets a bad rap. It's often labeled as the villain in our diets, the silent killer lurking in our food. But is it really that simple? Salt, or more specifically sodium, is an essential mineral that our bodies need to function properly. It's not inherently bad. In fact, without it, our bodies wouldn't be able to perform some of the most basic and vital functions. So why does salt get such a bad reputation? And while it's true that too much salt can be harmful, Our bodies actually need a certain amount of sodium to function properly. Sodium helps regulate fluid balance, transmits nerve impulses, and even plays a role in muscle contractions. Imagine trying to move your muscles or send signals through your nerves without sodium. It would be impossible. Sodium helps regulate fluid balance, transmits nerve impulses, and even plays a role in muscle contractions. It's like the unsung hero of our bodily functions. Without it, our cells would struggle to maintain the right balance of fluids. Our nerves wouldn't be able to communicate effectively, and our muscles would have a hard time contracting and relaxing. But here's the catch. Most people consume way more salt than their bodies need. The recommended daily intake of sodium is about 2,300 milligrams, which is roughly 1 teaspoon of salt. However, the average person consumes much more than that, often without even realizing it. This overconsumption can lead to a host of health problems, including high blood pressure, heart disease, and stroke. And when we're constantly overloading our system with sodium, that's when things start to go south. High sodium intake can cause the body to retain water, which increases the volume of blood in the bloodstream. This, in turn, puts extra pressure on the walls of the blood vessels, leading to high blood pressure. Over time, high blood pressure can damage the arteries, heart, and kidneys, increasing the risk of heart disease and stroke. Think of it like this. Your body needs salt, just like your car needs oil. Oil is essential for keeping the engine running smoothly, but too much oil can cause serious problems. Similarly, while sodium is necessary for our bodies to function, too much of it can lead to serious health issues. But if you poured gallons of oil into your car, it wouldn't run any better, right? In fact, it would probably cause the engine to malfunction. The same principle applies to our bodies and sodium. Consuming too much sodium doesn't make our bodies function better. It actually puts a strain on our system and can lead to health problems. The biggest culprit of excess sodium? Processed foods. These foods are often loaded with hidden salt, which can make it difficult to keep track of how much sodium we're actually consuming. Processed foods include things like chips, frozen dinners, canned soups, and even bread. These items are convenient and tasty, but they can also be a major source of excess sodium in our diets. Think about it. Chips, frozen dinners, canned soups, even bread. They're all loaded with hidden salt. It's not just the obvious salty snacks that we need to be wary of. Many processed foods contain high levels of sodium, even if they don't taste particularly salty. This hidden sodium can add up quickly, leading to overconsumption without us even realizing it. Food manufacturers use salt not just for flavor, but also as a preservative to extend the shelf life of their products. This means that even foods that don't taste salty can contain high levels of sodium. It's a sneaky way of adding salt to our diets without us even knowing it. Now, you might be thinking, but I don't even add that much salt to my food. And you're right, the salt shaker on your table isn't the main issue here. The real problem lies in the hidden sodium found in processed and packaged foods. And you're right, the salt shaker on your table isn't the main issue here. It's the sneaky sodium hiding in all those processed foods that we need to be wary of. It's the sneaky sodium hiding in all those processed foods that we need to be wary of. So what can we do to reduce our sodium intake? One of the best ways is to cook more meals at home using fresh, whole ingredients. This way you have control over how much salt goes into your food. Additionally, reading nutrition labels and choosing low-sodium options can help you make better choices when it comes to processed foods. Cooking at home allows you to use fresh ingredients and control the amount of salt in your meals. Fresh vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains are naturally low in sodium and can be seasoned with herbs and spices for flavor. By preparing your own meals, you can avoid the hidden sodium found in many processed foods. Reading nutrition labels is another important step in reducing sodium intake. Look for products labeled low sodium or no added salt. Be mindful of serving sizes, as the sodium content listed on the label is often per serving, not per package. By being aware of the sodium content in the foods you buy, you can make more informed choices and reduce your overall intake. Using herbs and spices to season your food is a great way to add flavor without adding extra sodium. Fresh herbs like basil, cilantro, and parsley, as well as spices like cumin, paprika, and turmeric, can enhance the taste of your meals without the need for salt. Experimenting with different herbs and spices can make your meals more interesting and flavorful. Staying hydrated is also important. Drinking plenty of water can help flush excess sodium out of your system. Aim to drink at least 8 glasses of water a day to stay properly hydrated and support your body's natural processes. Regular exercise can also help manage sodium levels. When you exercise, you sweat, and sweating helps to expel excess sodium from your body. Aim for at least 30 minutes of moderate exercise most days of the week to support overall health and help regulate sodium levels. Monitoring your blood pressure is another key step. High blood pressure is a common consequence of excessive sodium intake, so keeping an eye on your blood pressure can help you catch any issues early. If you notice your blood pressure creeping up, it might be time to take a closer look at your sodium intake and make some adjustments. Finally, don't hesitate to consult with a healthcare professional. If you're concerned about your sodium intake or have been diagnosed with high blood pressure, a doctor or dietitian can provide personalized advice and help you develop a plan to reduce your sodium intake and improve your overall health. Reducing sodium intake doesn't mean you have to sacrifice flavor or enjoyment in your meals. With a few simple changes, you can enjoy delicious, satisfying meals while taking care of your health. Remember, it's all about balance and making informed choices. By being mindful of your sodium intake and making healthier choices, you can protect your health and enjoy a better quality of life. All right, let's talk carbs. Now, I know carbs often get a bad rap, but not all carbs are created equal. We need carbohydrates for energy, but it's the refined carbohydrates that we want to avoid like the plague. They're like the empty calories of the carb world. They provide energy, but lack essential nutrients. You see, refined carbohydrates have been stripped of their fiber, vitamins and minerals during processing. Think white bread, white rice, pastries, sugary cereals. These are all prime examples of refined carbs. They're basically simple sugars that your body digests quickly, leading to blood sugar spikes and crashes. We all love a little sweetness in our lives, right? But what if that sweetness comes with a hidden cost? Artificial sweeteners, those seemingly magical substitutes for sugar, might not be as innocent as they appear. They promise guilt-free indulgence, but the reality is far from sweet. You see, artificial sweeteners are often hundreds, even thousands of times sweeter than regular sugar. While that might sound appealing at first, this intense sweetness can actually trick your brain, messing with your taste buds and potentially making you crave even more sugary foods. It's like your body's internal reward system gets thrown out of whack. Let's talk about another sneaky sugar hiding in plain sight: high fructose corn syrup. You'll find this ubiquitous ingredient lurking in everything from sodas and candy to bread and salad dressings. It's become a staple in the modern diet, and that's a problem. You see, high fructose corn syrup is a highly processed sweetener that's chemically similar to table sugar, but with one key difference: it's metabolized differently in the body. Unlike glucose, which is used by cells throughout the body for energy, fructose is processed primarily by the liver. Let's be honest, who doesn't love the satisfying crunch and savory flavor of deep-fried foods? French fries, fried chicken, onion rings. These crispy treats have a way of calling our names. But as tempting as they may be, it's crucial to understand the risks associated with indulging in these deep-fried delights. You see, when foods are submerged in hot oil at high temperatures, a chemical transformation takes place. The intense heat can create harmful compounds such as acrylamide, a potential carcinogen, and heterocyclic amines, HCAs, which have been linked to an increased risk of cancer. And it's not just the cooking process that's problematic. Deep-fried foods are often coated in batter or breading, which can absorb a significant amount of oil during frying. This means that each bite is loaded with unhealthy fats, particularly trans fats, which are known to raise bad cholesterol levels and increase the risk of heart disease. All right, let's talk about everyone's favorite social lubricant, alcohol. Now, I'm not here to demonize a glass of wine with dinner or a beer with friends, but excessive alcohol consumption is a one-way ticket to health problems. First off, alcohol is loaded with empty calories, which means they provide minimal nutritional value and contribute to weight gain. More importantly, your liver is your body's detox center, and excessive alcohol intake puts it into overdrive. Over time, this can lead to serious conditions like fatty liver disease, cirrhosis, and even liver failure. Remember, moderation is key. The recommended daily intake for men is up to 2 drinks, and for women, it's up to 1 drink. And no, that doesn't mean you can save them all up for the weekend. Consistently exceeding these limits puts you at a higher risk. Listen to your body, and if you're experiencing any negative effects from alcohol, it's crucial to cut back or seek professional help. Let's be honest, we live in a fast-paced world, and sometimes grabbing a quick bite from a fast food joint seems like the only option. But let's face it, most fast food is essentially a nutritional desert disguised as a convenient meal. It's typically loaded with unhealthy fats, sodium, and calories while being incredibly low in essential nutrients like vitamins, minerals, and fiber. Think about it, a typical fast food meal can easily pack in more calories, unhealthy fats, and sodium than you should consume in an entire day. This can lead to weight gain, high blood pressure, and an increased risk of chronic diseases like heart disease, stroke, and type 2 diabetes. And remember those refined carbohydrates we talked about earlier? Fast food is often packed with them, leading to blood sugar spikes and crashes that leave you feeling sluggish and craving more unhealthy foods. So there you have it, the top 10 foods to avoid if you want to live a longer, healthier life. Remember, it's not about deprivation. It's about making informed choices that nourish your body and support your overall well-being. By minimizing or eliminating these dietary villains, you're taking a proactive approach to your health and reducing your risk of developing chronic diseases. Start by making gradual changes to your diet, incorporating more whole, unprocessed foods like fruits, vegetables, lean proteins, and whole grains. Listen to your body, stay hydrated, and don't be afraid to seek professional guidance from a registered dietitian or healthcare provider. Remember, your health is your most valuable asset. Invest in it wisely, and as always, stay happy and healthy. Don't forget to like this video and subscribe to my channel for more health and wellness tips.